Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank everybody for stopping by my channel. I'm just starting out, so still gotta figure the ins and outs. So I'm kind of just blogging and going along with it. It's not going to be any editing or anything, not yet. But just wanted to chit chat about why I am now here in Japan. First, I do work for the federal government, so I work on the Marine Corps base here in Iwakuni. And I was working in California for an agency on the Marine base there. And then I applied for a promotion. I had applied for a promotion in the States. I also applied in Germany. And then for some reason, I applied for Japan. I don't know why, but I did. And Japan is actually the agency that they didn't even call me. They just sent me an offer letter. And I immediately called my son and my daughter, and my son's like, "Mom, if you don't take it, I'm not talking to you anymore. Like, this is an opportunity for you to kind of reset and explore. Since he and his sister are grown and on their own, he's like, it will be a good opportunity." So I took it. I got here in October of 2024, so it actually will be 6 months. As of April 4th, I'll be here 6 months. And I am going to lay out my opinion, my personal experience. I can't speak for anybody else, but my personal experience and the pros and cons of living in Japan. First, this country is amazing. The people are beautiful. They are so respectful. It's so clean. I mean, it is so clean. You walk the streets, it's clean. There's no crime. There's no crime. Like, the first week I got here, I saw like little 4 and 5-year-old kids like leaving school, walking by themselves. And so I'm all hysterical, and my Japanese friend, he's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "You don't see this in the States?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, the parents, like, we have to like drop our kids off and pick them up if they're not on a bus, because we don't know if somebody could be camped out around the corner, scheming and plotting on our kids. Unfortunately, but like that's just how it is. And he's like, "Oh wow." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "They do this every day." But I mean, it's so like, it's quiet. Like, if you're on a train, it's quiet. People might be on their phone, but nobody's talking. If they're talking, it's so low. Restaurants, if anybody's talking, they're like whispering. Like, it's just quiet. It's quiet. That's all I can say. But the culture is just, the people are very, very sweet, and they get excited when you're trying to learn their language, because they automatically know or automatically assume that you don't know their language. And honestly, it is it's kind of difficult to learn their language. So I'm just on words. I can't even put like a whole, I have like the greetings together and like the numbers, but like they have 3 methods of alphabet. It's Kenji, Katakana, and Haragama. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, they have, it's just on another level. However, I mean, I try every day and I work with them. So of course I want to interact with them, but they get pretty excited when you're trying to learn. And then like when I go to them and ask them a question or try to say a phrase, like they just smile, like their face just lightens up, and they just want to help you learn their language. I can tell you that when I arrived, as far as housing, when I first got here, when I applied for the position, it was a promotion for me. It was higher than what I was, higher than my rank when I was working at the Marine base in California. But since I got a promotion, but it wasn't management, I'm considered a local. So I basically moved myself out here, because if you're in management and you work for the government and you're going overseas, they pay for everything. They pay for your housing, and they put, more than likely, you're living on base, especially if you're in management. So because I'm considered local, because I moved myself out here, it's different from the States. Like, if you're in the States, you might be driving around and you just might see a house that's being advertised, and you just reach out to the person that owns the house. It's different here. Like, you have to go through a real estate agent, which more than likely works for a property management company. So even though I'm off base, I'm still considered on base because I live within 2 kilometers of my job. So I still had to go through base housing to set up everything. So I have an agent in base housing that if I need anything or any issues, then I reach out to my my agent at base housing, and they will reach out to the real estate company or the agent that handles my paperwork at the agency. So they're kind of like a middleman, basically. So far, there hasn't been any issues. However, it's really, really old school. Like, I can't go online and pay my rent. I mean, they have like some type of system where the bank can send your money, but I literally live like 500 steps away from the rental or the real estate agency. So I just walk everything over to them. I pay my rent in yen, my electric bill and my gas bill I pay at the 7-Eleven or the Family Mart. And I stepped back into the 90s. I really did. There's no natural heat. It's only propane. And so I have these, in Arizona, we call them mini splits, like these units in a room that you get your heat and your air from. But I have 3 of them in the house. I have 2 bedrooms, so it's 1 in each bedroom and then 1 in my main living room. But the hot air, this is a disadvantage that I don't know if I could ever get accustomed to or get used to. But, I'm used to walking into my house and it being nice and cozy and comfy. Here, it's cold. Like, if it's in dead smack in the winter, it's freezing cold. The entire house will be cold. If you don't leave the units on, then your house will be cold. And I don't want to do that because I'm gone majority of the day. And if I ran all 3 of them at the same time, my electric bill would be sky high. So I'm not trying to deal with that. So when I come into the house, I have to wait a few minutes because I have to cut the unit on for the room, whichever room I'm in, to get warm. And it's like, so if I'm in my living room, I will leave that unit running. But then if I'm going into my bedroom and I'm staying in my bedroom, I'm going to cut the unit off in the living room and go into my bedroom. So it's kind of contributing to their minimalist life, because they are very, like, everything is small. Everything is small. They don't have ranges, like a full range stove with 4 burners and a full oven where I can stick a turkey, a ham, and some sweet potatoes in at the same time. I can't do that. They have Like I have 2 burners and a fish grill. That's it. And it's so, I'm 5'10", so it's like I have like, I'm just concerned about my back because me bending over, then I'm hitting my head on the fan over it because it's little. It's just little. So it's just some things I don't know. It's still questionable whether I want to stay here for 3 years or not. However, cost of living, amazing. Like the rent that I pay here, I am paying less than my very first apartment out Colonial Park back in 1997. When I got my first apartment, because I was pregnant with my son, the rent that I was paying back then in 1997, the rent here is cheaper, which is crazy. However, you're not going to get the full comfort of an American home. So I can see why it's just not. Now, if you go into like Tokyo, Osaka, Shibuya, like the higher populated areas, then more houses are going to be Americanized because they have much more tourism. So, and it's a lot more Americans. There is a mixture of everybody out. That's what was kind of amazing. Like, it's a lot of African Americans, it's a lot of whites, it's a lot of Japanese Americans, it's a lot of Filipino, it's a lot of Puerto Rican, it's a lot of Mexican. It's amazing. Like that was really really cool when I found that out or started seeing it for myself. And then especially because I am on base, like everybody's like coming from all over the world. And then active duty, of course, they're bringing their families in. So it's just like a melting pot of everybody. So it's pretty cool. So in my place, even though I don't have a full range stove, it came with this like microwave / conventional oven, but it's still the size of a microwave, so I still can't really use it for anything but a microwave. So I have an air fryer, a crock pot, and a rice cooker that I can also use as a steamer. So that's mostly how I cook my food. Now, of course, I use the 2 burners, but that's about it. Like, I do what I can do. And then I do have a washer and dryer. However, what I don't like is the washer. I don't like, you don't have a setting where you could use warm, hot, or cold water. It's cold. There's no option. It's just cold water. That's it. So you have to wash everything in cold. And then the dryer is not even a real dryer. It's hot air. Same as the air or the heat. That's hot air that's just blowing during winter. That's the dryer. And it's just basically wringing your clothes out at a high speed in a machine. That's it. It's not even real heat. So it runs forever and ever and ever for everything to dry. What else? Another thing is living in a tower. Like there's a lot of the apartments, they are in towers. So I am, like my building, I'm on the 3rd floor and it's only 2 apartments. So I have the back, which is really, really nice. So it's really, really quiet. However, these buildings are not insulated. Like you can hear every creak anytime the wind blows. Like you can hear everything through these the walls. However, there's nobody beside me on either side, so I have tons of windows, but there is somebody over me and under me. But everybody's quiet, like, so there's like no complaint about neighbors. You would never hear any complaints about neighbors. Like you don't even know people are living here because they're just quiet. However, I did experience my very first earthquake, and So I'm considered mainland, and being that I'm mainland, I am surrounded by a whole bunch of islands. So we kind of just get the aftershock of the earthquakes. However, that was my very, very first earthquake where my floor literally rumbled underneath my feet. That like scared me to death. It's just scared me. And then the building started swaying, like you could hear it. Oh my gosh, it was just so scary. But you know, when I went to work and was asking everybody if they felt, they're like, oh yeah, it's just a tremor. We get them all the time. Like it was nothing. Like that was my very first time. I needed a hug and nobody offered a hug. But trash system. The trash system. So they give you a calendar for your trash. So I have what you call a tri trash can, because it's three different departments, and then Monday through Friday, like I can't use Hefty or Glad bags. Like that's just out of the question. You have to go to it's called NAFCO, or NAFCO is like kind of like their Lowe's, and then or you can go to 7-Eleven, you can buy the bags, or you can go 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and then there's this place called Daiso. Daiso is kind of like the Five Below. It's the Five Below here. And you just purchase the bags. Red, green. There are some purple. There are some yellow. But it all depends on what area, what neighborhood you're in. That determines what type color bags you need. So I get red bags, green bags. I'm still confused because all I know is on Monday morning, I'll put the red bag out and that's it. Like they pick up trash 3 days a week. And I'm still confused because on Wednesday, sometimes I'll see the green bag, sometimes I'll see the red bag. It's been a couple times where I've taken the green bag out and it was a red bag day, so I would have to bring the green bag up here, and which is, I don't like it. I just don't. I just want to throw everything in the trash and just set it out. That's it. But you have to separate. You have to separate your trash because they don't have landfills. So they're very particular about separating their trash: combustible, non-combustible, recyclables, glass. And then one day out of the month, you're able to sit out like bulk items like boxes. But they have to be, you have to go buy some type of string to make sure the boxes are secure and not loose, or they'll leave them for you to fix it. And then you have to wait until the following month to put them back out. So what I do, I just pick up everything and I just take it to the recycling bin on base. That's it. So on Mondays, I put my red bag out. And I still don't get it because, like I said, on Wednesdays, sometimes I might see the green bag, sometimes I might see the red bag. After I've had to haul the bags back up here, because I got the color of the bag wrong and they left it on the street, I'm just doing one. I'll just do the red bag on Monday, and then anything else, I just take it to the base. That's it. What else did I want to discuss? Cost of utilities. Like I said, I do have to pay. There's nothing online, so I do have to take my yen and go to 7-Eleven or Family Mart to pay my electric and gas bills, which it's not really expensive, honestly. I think my gas bill maybe $40, because so with the gas, it's propane. So there is a box in the washroom where I can just hit a button for it to heat my water up. So if I have to take a bath or shower, or if I'm cooking and I need hot water, I just hit the button and the water gets hot. Other than that, I'll cut it off because the locals told me don't have it run all day because then your gas bill will be unmanageable. So I just cut it on and cut it off. So I guess that's why I'm able to pay $30-40 a month for my gas. My electric, I think the highest I paid was like 14,000 yen. That's like $110 maybe, which I'm grateful for because in Arizona, I was paying $500 a month all year round because it's 120 degrees during the summer. So you're constantly running the air 24 hours. And then the heat wasn't so bad because during the daytime, like even during the winter months, if I kept it at like 68, then it will be okay. But it's mostly summer in Arizona. I think it's like summer 9 months out of the year in Arizona. So the air was constantly running. So I'm paying $400 or $500 a month. Now when I lived in California, I didn't have to worry about that because I lived on base and all the utilities were included. So I was grateful for that because they said Southern Pacific, whatever the company is called, would rip you to shreds with their gas bills. So I was grateful for that. I think what else? I'm trying to think. Insurance for cars. Now, what's surprising to me, I kind of felt like when I got here and I got my car, I felt so bamboozled by the states. I'm like, they don't like Americans. Like, the United States does not like Americans. That was my first thought because my car insurance, and I have a basic 4-cylinder, 4-door car. My car insurance was literally $195 for the full year. Meanwhile, I'm paying Geico $200 per month for my daughter back home because she's only 20. Now, she doesn't have car payment because I gave her my truck. So, but because she's still under 25, that's why I'm paying $200 a month. But yeah, $195 for the full year. And then there's a road tax that's due like every May. That's like $300, I think, $200 or $300. And then there's a JCI, Japanese Compulsory Insurance. I think that's what it's called. But that's once every 2 years that you have to renew that. But I mean, if you can like get accustomed to minimizing your life, because I have, I'm still trying to get adjusted to some things. Like I said, the way of living and not having natural heat, and the trash system. I mean, these are considered minor things. If you come out or visit, then you'll see that the culture is pretty cool. The people are pretty cool. It's tons of things to do. Things are cheap. They're just so minimal. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So, I mean, if I can stick it out for this year, I'm saving tons of money because my cost of living is just next to nothing. Like, it's really, really manageable. And I think that's probably all I needed to discuss. If anybody has any questions, then put it in the comments and I will be sure to reach out to you. But I was kind of venting a little bit, but also telling you the pros and cons, just from my experience. But I've only been here for 6 months, and I'm getting ready to. It looks like it's going into spring, and so ready to, I guess, experience their spring and summers. I am going to start getting out more so I can show you guys what Japan offers. Because overall, it's just the lifestyle is they're very simple. It's not like you gotta get up in the morning and grind and hustle. Like, that's not the mentality. Because when I first came out here, that's the mode I was in, because I've been in it for so long, and it's so not good for us, but that's what we've been trained to do. So it's like I'm trying to like deprogram myself so I can just be present. I mean, there has been moments where I have been, but I'm still like, the programming is just all about trying to get rid of all the programming that the states will put on you or make you believe that's your life. Like, grind and hustle, and that's it. Grind and hustle mentality, do or die. Every man, like, it's, well, I don't know. I'm just going to see if I can just stick it out until my lease is up, and then determine whether or not I do want to stay, because I can stay as long as I want to, because I'm considered a local. So, and if I do decide to return to the States, I do have I can use return. I have return rights. So that's about it for the day. I know this wasn't perfect. This was nowhere near perfect. I had some notes, but I don't know. I probably missed some things or overdid some things. But if you guys have any questions, just comment, write in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to everybody. But yeah, I'm gonna start recording and going out and experiencing and exploring, so that way you guys can see what Japan does have to offer, because overall it is a beautiful country. It's a really beautiful country. So I hope you like and subscribe to the video, and I will talk to you guys soon. And take care and have a great day.